You are about to experience a beautiful floating through space meditation with some guidance and also immersive sounds that will help you to drop deeper into relaxed state and achieve higher states of awareness and detach from worry or overthinking. My name is Olivia Kissper. I'm going to be your guide, and we're gonna start by simply gently arriving into this present moment and really setting intention for this journey of being present and taking care of ourselves. So really embarking on this journey with intention of presence and inner compassion, nourishment, where we can leave everything behind, be undisturbed. Because when we do care about ourselves, create gentle boundaries around us, so nothing can disturb us, so we can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And I trust that you have this space around you, in whatever space you are. And so just place your body in whatever position you want, whether you want to be sitting up or lying down, somewhere comfortable, where you can stay a little conscious before perhaps going very deep, because we are going to do a little magic to begin with, before we go into the space and experience this beautiful, weightless state of being. And so right now you are finding yourself in your bed. Just relax your body. Relax your mind. Relax your heart. And notice that perhaps there is some thoughts racing from the day. Perhaps some thoughts of planning for tomorrow or for the future. Or you're replaying some conversations that happened or should be happening in the future. So just notice. And right now I want you to take all these stories and thoughts and imaginary things that are made of the mind and put them aside in a box. Imagine there is this box of whatever color you want it next to you, and when you become present of any thoughts of all these things you have to do in your life in order to be loved and safe or approved of, that you are okay. Notice that all of these thinking and overthinking always comes down to looking for that safety, sometimes in the future. Looking for love, approval, appreciation. All these things you have to do. Just notice that long list that you have to do. And I'm not telling you not to. I just want to invite you right now, for the next few moments, you take all of these things that you have to do in order to feel safe and secure and loved, and you place all of these into the box. Just place them all into the box. Everything what you have to do, everything that your mind tells you that you have to do, put them gently in the box and close the lid of the box. Just close it. Maybe even put a tape on it and put this box aside. And maybe it's still there. You feel the presence of all these things that you have to do. So how about if you take this box in your imagination and put this magical elastic band on it. It's made of cosmic power. It is the most cosmic, it's the most powerful cosmic elastic band that's ever been imagined. And so you put it around this box and you pull really hard and you let this box just spring up and just go really fast. Just watch it in your mind. Just goes really fast all the way. It's now in the sky and just keeps going, and it will never stop. It just keeps going forever. Just imagine that it just keeps going. This one direction into the space, into the infinity. It's just completely gone. Very good. And so now you are left here with you in your bed, and just notice how it feels to just be here without all of the things that you have to do, or have to say, or have to prove, or have to earn. Without all of these, just notice that you are just here. And you are okay this moment. So scan your body and feel how light it actually feels. Notice that your face feels light, and your head feels light, and your neck is light, and your cheeks and your jaw, and your shoulders. It's almost like you've been covered with this light, invisible blanket that makes you even lighter than ever before. Notice the light, how light your arms are, and your belly is like uber light. It's almost so light that you can almost feel it just coming out against the gravity. And your legs are so light that they almost start coming up as well. It's almost like lifting off your bed. And your feet too, just made of feathers. Your whole body feels like it's made of feathers. Your feet and your legs are feathery, and your belly is feathery, and your everything inside is feathery too. Light, just made of air. And your arms, and you can feel this lightness that you have in your body. Also notice that you have the same lightness actually in your mind. the spaciousness. Feel spacious. And see your body, feel your body, it's raising. It's lifting off the bed or whatever you're lying or sitting on, and it starts slowly lifting up, off. And suddenly you find yourself all the way at the ceiling of your room. That's how light you feel. And the lighter you feel, the faster you start raising up and up and up. And because you feel very light, you feel your body going now quite fast. And it's already past your house. And when you look at it down, with your mind's eye, you can see your house and the surroundings of the house, maybe your town. You keep going. You're just so light that you just keep going into who knows where. You just know that you feel light and you don't have to be anything. Then you are this moment. And perhaps when you are just reaching the sky and the clouds, and feel this fluffiness around you, this foggy fluffiness of almost like little droplets of fluff around you and on your skin as you're going through these clouds. You look down on your town and on your house and on the country, see all these stories that are happening down there, and you see people almost, they remind you of ants as they are building their, ant hill or ant house, whatever they're building, and you really see that it's just what is nature doing. Whatever is happening down there, it's just this happening that's arising, and something's happening. And when you are not involved with these stories, you see it as a perfect unfolding. Because how do you know that any of these things that are happening won't lead to something greater in the future if you don't have any time frame for that? So you see the perfection as you're rising and rising up and up and up. Now you're really passing through these clouds as they are getting thicker and thicker, and your body is just so light that it's ready to almost go very, very fast. And now you're going through the clouds and you start seeing this beautiful, beautiful space opening up right above you, and you shoot right through this. And now you're going so fast, effortlessly, that it's going almost the speed of a light, just going so fast. And in no time, you just happen to be in space. And at this point, you have no reference to if you're going fast of the speed of light, or if you have stopped completely. You have no idea if you're going up or if you're going down. There's nothing you can feel or see or sense around you. There is just infinite space. And in this infinite space, you find yourself to be completely free. And just notice what that feels like. Feel the space around you and the lightness of your body that's really enjoying having that spaciousness around itself. And also notice that spaciousness inside of your body. Notice that they are not different from each other. The same space inside, it's the same space outside. It's infinite, spacious. It feels free, open, compassionate, loving. It feels so spacious that any moment it can give a rise to any possibility. It feels so heartful. It feels like you, free, light, floating, and let yourself being floated. No reference to anything, just you. And so, who would you be without all these stories and attachments? Just this moment, who would you be if you could choose and be that? Float in it, enjoy it, embrace it, relax fully into it. Who would you be without comparing to anyone else? If there was nobody to compare to, and just be that, and feel that, and notice what it feels like. And who would you be if you didn't have to impress anyone? If you didn't have to do anything to be approved of? If just the way exactly as you are in each moment would be the best way, and it always would be okay to be that way. Always accept it for being exactly the way you are. Just notice what kind of thoughts perhaps are arising to you when you're in that space. You can notice that spaciousness, those infinite possibilities and infinite perspectives, that you don't even have to choose any of them right now. You can just be floating in your ownness and with oneness with all. And with that feeling, just notice any changes, any ways of being inside of you. Perhaps some images you can feel, maybe even dream-like images. Just notice. And in this infinite space, you find yourself to be completely free. And just notice what that feels like. Feel the space around you and the lightness of your body. That's really enjoying having that spaciousness around itself. And also notice that spaciousness inside of your body. Notice that they are not different from each other. The the same space inside, it's the same space outside. It's infinite, spacious. It feels free, open, compassionate, loving. It feels so spacious that any moment it can give a rise to any possibility. It feels so heartful. It feels like you, free, light, floating, and let yourself being floated. No reference to anything, just you. And so, who would you be without all these stories and attachments? Just this moment. Who would you be if you could choose? And be that. Float in it. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Relax fully into it. Who would you be without comparing to anyone else? If there was nobody to compare to, and just be that, and feel that, notice what it feels like. And who would you be if you didn't have to impress anyone? If you didn't have to do anything to be approved of? If just the way exactly as you are in each moment would be the best way, and it always will be okay to be that way. Always accepted for being exactly the way you are. Just notice what kind of thoughts perhaps are arising to you when you're in that space. You can notice that spaciousness, those infinite possibilities and infinite perspectives, that you don't even have to choose any of them right now. You can just be floating in your ownness and with oneness with all. And with that feeling, just notice any changes, any ways of being inside of you. Perhaps some images, maybe even dream-like images. Just notice. And if you want, you can let yourself just float in this spaciousness until you fall asleep. Or if you want, you can gently bring yourself back. This time, it's just by thought. Just think of yourself as being in your bed, and there you are. You're back with your body, with your senses, feeling what's happening around you, hearing the sounds. You will enter a deep, relaxed state, touching the awareness beyond who you are supposed to be, and enter a higher state of consciousness through deep relaxation. and maybe some insights. So focus on my voice, and you can choose to leave your eyes open or to close them. If you choose to leave them open, let the hypnotic visuals take you out of your ordinary thoughts until you'll be ready to close them. And when you do close them, when you close your eyes, let the darkness inhale you. Let your body soften and bring it to this moment. No matter what is happening in the world right now, no matter what is happening around you right now, what you hear from the news, from your friends and your family, from the experts or scientists, there is only one conversation that is always the most important to you. It is this one conversation that is everything to you. It's this one conversation in which all others lose their power over you. It is the ongoing conversation with yourself inside of your mind about what is true, who you are in each moment, and what you choose to believe. So just notice. And notice also that everything what you ever do is because a thought tells you. And now, before we dive a little deeper, start relaxing your body and just become aware of the space between your left ear and the space between your right ear. And be aware of the space in between the very top of your head and the bottom of your jaw. And become aware of the space in between your shoulders. The space in between your fingers. Be aware of the space between your hips and the bottom of your feet. Be aware of the space inside of your mouth. And each time you become aware of a space, just soften it. Soften it. Space is soft. Space has no tension to hold on to. and become aware of the space in between the very top of your head, very, very top, and the very bottom of your soles, of your feet. Just notice this new quality of letting your body soften and becoming spacious, falling gently into this relaxed, trance-like state, leaving a little space for something that's awakening deeply inside of you. It is the permission to be the way you always wanted to be, beyond your deep fears and expectations, allowing to be deeply creative in your true nature. Allow creativity over security. The one who holds on to security to have freedom will not have either. Holding on to security that comes from outside of you sends a signal to the deep part of you that you are actually don't feel safe. And we don't feel safe when we stop being creative, when we stop being resourceful. Creativity is your security. It's training your mind to look for opportunities and collateral beauty. It's creating opportunities, conversations, especially the one inside our heads. It's creating connections, contributions, all the stuff deeply fulfilling. Being creative and resourceful creates deep trust inside of you that you can deal with anything. Creativity always puts you in a higher state of consciousness. As soon as you think, how can I do this? Instead of, I'm screwed. Your consciousness lights up and lifts you up because you are powerful. You are powerful before or beyond what you can ever imagine. And nature never gives you more than you can handle at one time. You are always safe, except of what your mind tells you. You always have everything what you need, except what you think and believe about the situation that you're in. You always have access to ideas that make your life better in each moment, except when you forget about that. and you always have love. Accept what you think and believe about it, and you always have connection. You always have security in each moment. In each moment, all of this is available to you. Relax, and let's go deeper beyond how you're supposed to be, and who you are supposed to be, and how the world is supposed to be, and how others are supposed to be. Just drop a little deeper beyond all the limiting stories. Finding a little space that is the true you, pure awareness, observing without any judgment, just being here, being breathed, being lived. Because you are what you've been looking for. Your consciousness is so powerful, more than you can ever imagine. And you have the permission to create your experience how you want it, despite of what others think, or even more importantly, despite of what you think inside of you about them. Whether it's saying exactly what you think, or just giving yourself permission to be completely silent. No matter what situation is happening, I see people bonding more. I see people helping each other more. I see kindness and support. I see people reaching out to their friends. I see people speaking to their friends they haven't for years. And when we are in a state of looking for security, which implies we don't feel secure, we miss this collateral beauty of life, because in each moment there is a beauty, and when we miss it, when we fail to see it, we just go back into that overactive mind driven by fear of the uncertain future, where we are stuck sometime in the future with no way out. That comes from outside of you, sends a signal. So allow creativity over security in each moment, being creative and resourceful, and notice when you feel like things are falling apart, how are they actually falling into place, and what is it that you have missed to notice? Because each moment contains magic in it. Your life is magic. Dropping into that awareness deep inside of you and knowing that you are a child of this universe. So let it take care of you as a child of this universe. Contributions and all the stuff. Forget about hope. Hope brings you anxiety. To hope is to claim yourself powerless in the moment, because things might or might not work out for you. You decide in every now moment by choosing to look for security or finding it within you, by allowing creativity, your creativity, the infinite intelligence beyond your limiting stories, run through you, allowing life, pure nature, run through you, allowing it to run you, and lift you up, allowing creative ideas to connect with others, to contribute, to soothe you beyond what you can in any situation. Nature never gives you more. You are what you've been looking for at one time. You are safe. You are okay in every now moment. Accept of what allow creativity over security. You always have everything what you need. Accept the one what you think who holds on to security to have freedom will have neither. You always have access to ideas that make your life better in each moment. Accept when you forget about that. And you always have love. Accept what you think and believe about it. And you always have connection right now. You always have security around you in each moment here in each moment. All of this is available to you. There is only one conversation that is always the most relaxed important to you. And it is the deepen conversation that is beyond how you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to be, and how the world is supposed to be, and how others are supposed to be. It just drops a little conversation beyond all the limiting states of your mind about is true, who you are in each moment. Finding a little space and what you choose to be little space. So just notice that is the true you. And pure awareness, that observing what you without any judgment because of thought, just being here, being breathed, being lived. And now, before we dive deeper, you are what you've been looking for. Start relaxing your conscious body, so powerful, and just become aware you can ever imagine space, and you have the permission to create your experience how you want it, despite of what others think, or even more importantly, despite of what you think inside of you about them, the very top, whether it's saying exactly what you think, and the bottom, or just giving yourself permission to be completely and become silent of the space in between shoulders. The space, no matter what situation is happening. I see people bonding more. I see people helping each other more. I see kindness and the bad and support. I see people reaching out to their friends. I see people speaking to their friends they haven't for years inside of your mouth. And when we are in a state of looking for security, we become aware of the we don't feel secure. We miss this collateral beauty of life, because in each moment there is some beauty. And when we miss this, when we feel this, no attention to hold on, we just go back into that overactive mind, become driven by fear of the space of the uncertain future, where we are stuck sometime in the future with no way out. And the very bottom of your soul, of your allow creativity over security in each moment, being creative and resourceful in this new quality. Notice letting your body when you feel like things are falling apart. How are they actually falling into place? And what is it that you have missed to notice? Translation contains magic in a little space. Your life is magic. Dropping into that awareness deep inside of you, and knowing that you are a child of this universe. So let it take care of you as a child of this universe. And forget about hope. Hope brings you anxiety. To hope is to claim yourself powerless in the moment, because things might or might not work out for you. You decide in every now moment by choosing to look for security or finding it within you. By allowing creativity, your creativity, the infinite intelligence beyond your limiting stories, run through you, allowing life, pure nature, run through you, allowing it to run you, allowing creative ideas to connect with others, to contribute, to soothe you in any situation. You are what you've been looking for. You are safe. You are okay. In every sense around you, there is just a signal infinite. So allow creativity over security in each moment, being creative and resourceful. And notice when you feel like things are falling apart, how are they actually falling into place? And what is it that you have missed to notice? Because each moment contains magic in it. Your life is magic. Dropping into that awareness deep inside of you and knowing that you are a child of this universe. So let it take care of you as a child of this universe. And don't forget about hope. Hope brings you anxiety. To hope is to claim yourself powerless in the moment, because things might or might not work out for you. You decide in every now moment by choosing to look for security or finding it within you by allowing creativity, your creativity, the infinite intelligence beyond your limiting stories, run through you, allowing life, pure nature, run through you, allowing it to run you, allowing creative ideas to connect with others, to contribute, to soothe you in any situation. Nature never gives you more. You are what you've been looking for at one time. You are safe. You are okay in every now moment. Accept, allow creativity over security. You always have everything what you need without comparing to accept the one who holds on to security to have freedom will have neither. You always have access to ideas that make your life better in each moment. Accept when you forget about that. You didn't have to impress anyone, and you always have love. Accept anything when you think and believe about it. If just the way, and you always have each moment connection. The best way. You always have security around you in each moment here, in each moment. All of this from the is available to you. There is perhaps only one conversation that is always the most important to you. And once it is the deep conversation that is beyond how you're supposed to be, and who you are supposed to be, and how the world is supposed to be, and how others are supposed to be. Just drop a little conversation beyond all the limiting story of your mind about this truth. Who you are in each moment. Finding a little space and choose a little space. So just notice that is the true you, and pure awareness, observing without any judgment because of thought, just being here, being breathed, being lived. And now, before we dive deeper, what you've been looking for, start relaxing. Your conscious body is so powerful, and just become aware. You can ever imagine space, and you have the permission in your left ear to create your experience how you want it, despite of what others think, or even more importantly, despite of what you think inside of you about them. Whether it's saying exactly what you think, or just giving yourself permission to be completely and become silent of the space in between shoulder. Loving. It feels so spacious. The space. No matter what situation is happening. I see people bonding more. I see people helping each other more. I see kindness and support. I see people reaching out to their friends. I see people speaking to their friends they haven't for years. Inside of your mouth. When we are in a state of looking for security, we become aware of a situation. We don't feel security. We miss this collateral beauty of life, because in each moment there is a beauty. And when we miss it, when we feel this, we just go back to that overactive mind driven by fear. The space of the uncertain future, where we are stuck sometime in the future with no way out. And the very bottom of your soul, of your allowed creativity over security. And in each moment being creative and resourceful in this new quality. Notice letting your body when you feel things are falling apart. How are they actually falling into place? And what is it that you have missed to notice? Because each moment contains magic in it. Your life is magic. Dropping into that awareness deep inside of you, and knowing that you are a child of this universe. So let it take care of you as a child of this universe. When you're in that space, and forget about hope, spaciousness. Hope brings you anxiety. And to hope is to claim yourself powerless in the moment, because things might or might not work out for you. You decide in every now moment by choosing to look for security or finding it within you. By allowing creativity, your creativity, the infinite intelligence beyond your limiting stories, run through you, allowing life, pure nature, run through you, allowing it to run you, allowing creative ideas to connect with others. You can let yourself consciously float in this spaciousness in any until you fall asleep situation. Or if you want, you can gently bring yourself back. What you've been looking for. This time, it's just by thought. Just think of yourself as being in your bed, and there you are. You're back. With your body, your senses, feeling what's happening around you, hearing the sounds. My name is Olivia Kissper. Thank you so much for watching and embarking on this adventure. I would love to hear what you think in the comments below at some point when you feel inspired.